We are back at it once again, ladies and gentlemen. We're here to talk about Smackdown Live. So, I want to get a couple of things off my chest real quick before we get into the show. Everybody is talking about the Paul Heyman Eric Bischoff situation. Now, I want to say real quick that just because this is their first night in charge, or as what we think, we don't really know if they're fully in charge yet. But then everything is not going to be done quick. Because everyone's quick to judge. Everyone's quick to judge. They're all like, oh my god, look at this. You know, they're still not doing good. Not even Paul Heyman and Eric Bischoff can save these shows. Yes, they can save these shows. It's all about build. It's all about timing. You don't think everything. This is not Thanos from Endgame. I always keep thinking it's War Games. Endgame. This is not. They're not Thanos from Endgame Avengers, where you click your fingers and everything disappears and you fix the problem. No. Because everybody likes using the Thanos meme nowadays. And no, I haven't seen Avengers. I've just heard a lot of people mention it. So I thought I'd join the club. So it's a slow build, guys. It's a slow build. And not everything is going to be fixed immediately. And here's one of the things that I've proclaimed on Twitter, and I believe this is a very good reasoning behind it as well. I said I believe that WWE are just going along with the storylines they have now, because I can easily quote it off my Twitter. But I said I think WWE is going along with the current storylines they have now, up to Extreme Rules, and then once all that's over with, that's when Paul Heyman and Eric Bischoff are probably going to have creative freedom. That's just what I'm presuming. So people are so quick to judge everything so quickly without giving it any fair chance. So all I'm saying is that you guys can be quick to judge all you want, but at the end of the day, I'm not here to quickly judge on the positions. I'm giving it time. I'm going to give it until SummerSlam. That's what I'm doing. I'm giving it until SummerSlam to see how well Heyman and Bischoff can handle the shows, can book the shows. And as far as I know, there was a report that came out that said Paul Heyman and Vince McMahon were working really close together on Monday Night Raw. So that's a good sign. So trust me, guys. I think WWE is getting some. I think WWE will get better. You just gotta believe. You just gotta believe. You just gotta have faith. Just gotta have faith. No one has faith. You're impatient. You want everything done now. It's not how it works. Please, give it time. I'm giving it until SummerSlam. That's when I'll make my true feelings about the situation. So SmackDown kicks off with a big explosion. No, not Braun Strowman and Bobby Lashley. That we have Kevin Owens' show comes out. The Kevin Owens show begins. And one thing I instantly noticed is the fact that Kevin Owens came out all by himself. No Sami Zayn. So I was having a little bit of hope that maybe there's no more wildcard rule, but then you had Samoa Joe on the show with Kofi Kingston, and then the Alexa Bliss stuff. So it was close. So close. But yeah, Kevin Owens was the host of Kevin Owens' show, and he introduced Shane McMahon and Drew McIntyre as the hosts. Of course, Shane McMahon and Drew McIntyre. So and the one thing I noticed throughout this promo is that Kevin Owens was coming off like a face. He was making fun of Shane, that Shane McMahon's scared of The Undertaker, and then he's talking down Shane and saying that how does it feel to not only come back in 2016 but then lose to The Undertaker. Drew McIntyre was going insane, and then Kevin was like, that's what it says here on my card. But then he throws the cards away, and then this brings Dolph Ziggler out. And then Kevin Owens cuts him off before he even gets a chance to say a couple of things. Kevin Owens is like, I don't want to hear you say it should have been me, it should have been me, it should have been me, it should have been me. Get over it. It's never going to be you. So Kevin Owens is clearly being booked as a babyface here, and I've got no problems with this. I've got no problems with that at all. Some people may have an issue with it, but the fact that Kevin Owens is now being booked as a face, to me that's fine. Because, you know, he's been a heel his entire career. I think it is time for Kevin Owens to have a turn as a babyface. And also I heard that Kevin Owens requested this yesterday, before Smackdown. So, it shows you that Vince McMahon listened to KO. So Kevin and Ziggler are bickering, both claiming they deserve an opportunity at the WWE Championship, which they don't. Especially you, Mr. Ziggler, since you lost twice. So then Shane decides to book Owens and Ziggler in a tag team match against the Heavy Machinery. Winner goes on to Extreme Rules to challenge for the Smackdown Tag Team titles, and it would be changed to a triple threat because they announced Daniel Bryan and Rowan versus the New Day, Big E and Xavier Woods. Daniel Bryan and Big E was the first match of the show here, and Daniel Bryan got the win due to outside interference from Eric Rowan when he threw Big E into the turnbuckle. Then we had Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross for the moment of bliss. Alexa Bliss allows Nikki Cross to be the host. And I kind of knew where this was going. I knew where this was going. Bayley was going to talk down Alexa, make fun of her. Bayley was going to be all... Nikki Cross is going to defend Alexa, while Bayley is going to be all like, oh, well, Alexa, you should be trusting Alexa. And then Bayley goes on to the question of saying that people have been asking why ain't I versing you at Extreme Rules instead of Alexa. So this gets Nikki Cross fired up. And then she challenges Bayley to a match, in which Bayley accepts, and Bayley ends up winning. So again, I'm sick and tired of this whole, oh, you can't trust Alexa storyline. To me, it's stupid. I guess Bayley has amnesia. I guess she has memory loss. Because Bayley, didn't you have Sasha Banks' help in 2017 when you competed for the Raw Women's Championship and you won your first title on the main roster because Sasha Banks came out and she cheap-shotted Charlotte? But yet, you accuse Alexa Bliss of having Nikki Cross doing her dirty work when Sasha Banks clearly did the dirty work for you when you won your first Raw Women's Championship. And then again at Fastlane. So don't give me this bullshit, Bayley. So don't give me that nonsense. Just because babyfaces cheat doesn't mean it's good. Oh, the babyfaces are allowed to do it. We don't want like heels doing it. No, it's the same scenario. Doesn't matter if you're a babyface or a heel. If you're having outside interference, cheating, then you're a cheater and a paper champion. So clearly, Bayley doesn't remember. So we had Kofi Kingston and Samoa Joe come face to face. Good segment. I liked it. Thought it was really good by Samoa Joe coming off real serious. Kofi Kingston flipped the bird at Samoa Joe and gave him a Trouble in Paradise kick. Good segment though. Then we had Andrade and Apollo Crews compete in a match. And this was actually very good. This was actually a very good match for what it was. Andrade and Apollo Crews were very aggressive. They were going back and forth with each other. And at the end of this whole thing, Zelina Vega gets involved with a Hurricanrana attacking Apollo Crews behind the referee's back. This gives Andrade a chance to get back up, deliver the hammerlock DDT on Apollo Crews for the 3 count. Then we had Ember Moon versus Bayley. We had Ember Moon versus Mandy Rose. And as soon as I saw this graphic, I knew Ember Moon was winning. And that's indeed what happens. Ember Moon eclipses Mandy Rose for the 1, 2, 3. The blonde girls get everything. Yeah, the blonde girls surely get everything. Sure, I bet Mandy Rose really earned that pinfall loss because of how nice blonde looks. Seriously, I'm so sick and tired of these fans using the blonde hair excuse as a reason to not like blonde wrestlers. Alexa Bliss and Charlotte, I'm fine with you doing that with, because it is clear. But again, the blonde hair excuse is not a reason to say you shouldn't like these two. Charlotte is a great wrestler. Alexa Bliss is also a good wrestler. Mandy Rose, on the other hand, she's one of those blondes that's so underrated. She's not being used. She's not getting any opportunities. So please, keep going with the blonde hair excuse. The more you use it, the more it's going to piss people off. Seriously, Mandy Rose deserves better, and Mandy Rose definitely deserves an opportunity down the line in the future. So don't give me this blonde hair excuse. Mandy Rose is basically becoming Summer Rae. She's basically becoming Summer Rae. A girl with great looks, but never is given a chance. I guess we could call Mandy Rose Summer Rae 2.0. Actually, let's not call her that at all. Let's just call her Mandy Rose. Mandy Rose deserves better. Sure, I'm glad Ember Moon got this win because it was quite clear that she needed a win after what happened last week. But again, they seem to be focusing their attention more on Sonya, because Sonya got the win last week. They seem to be putting their attention more on Sonya Deville than Mandy Rose. So please, enough with the blonde hair excuse. Think of the talent. Think of the talent that these wrestlers possess instead of their looks. So Aleister Black was backstage. He did another one of his little promos backstage. He said that he went to open the door to the person that knocked, but then he checked and no one was there. And he said that he is waiting. He'll be waiting until Extreme Rules for the person to reveal himself. And some people find this as a bad thing because we have to wait 2 more weeks. Isn't long storylines people been asking for? This storyline has been going on for way too long, yes. But again, isn't long stories what people been asking for? I don't know, man. I feel like again, WWE can't win no matter what they do. Until they do, and I bet WWE will only win until they start doing bloody death matches like Jon Moxley at AEW, bloody slamming each other on freaking thumbtacks. And I bet that's when people will start praising WWE again. Seriously. I don't have a problem with this. Because it makes it more exciting. Who was the person that knocked on the door? Why reveal it now? Why reveal who knocked on Aleister Black's door now? Oh yeah, let's just find out who knocked on his door. And then when they build to the match at Extreme Rules, we got 2 weeks away and we know who knocked on his door. Now we know who picked a fight with Aleister Black. Yeah, that's really exciting. Let's just get it over with now. Nah, I would much rather wait. If you can't wait 2 weeks just to find out who knocked on Aleister Black's door, then clearly you just can't wait, period. Apparently it's because nobody cares about Aleister Black. Really? I bet all the people, I bet those are all the people that cared about him in NXT. And now you don't care about him anymore because he's on the main roster. Good job, guys. Good job. Such loyalty. Such loyalty from the fan base. Such loyalty. So then we move on to the main event, which was Heavy Machinery versus Kevin Owens, Dolph Ziggler. Heavy Machinery win here after a miscommunication by Dolph Ziggler super kicking Kevin Owens in the head. And this gives the Heavy Machinery a chance to do the compactor to pin Kevin Owens, and Kevin Owens turns face by doing the stunner on Dolph Ziggler. So again, I don't have a problem with Kevin Owens becoming a babyface. It's definitely refreshing. It's definitely new. And another thing that Dolph Ziggler mentioned at the start, which again, you heard me say the word loyalty. So Dolph Ziggler brought up that he's been loyal to WWE, and like you heard what he said. He's showing his loyalty. He's a hard worker. Those are the things I will agree with Dolph, because you guys know me. I am very critical on people that don't show loyalty. Dolph Ziggler showed his loyalty to WWE. He stayed with the company no matter what. All those times that his contract ran out. And we all thought he was leaving, he stayed. He'd sign another multi-year contract, he'd stay. Every single time his contract would run out, he'd stay. Why can't people appreciate the fact that Dolph Ziggler is actually being loyal? So I appreciate with Dolph Ziggler doing that, showing his loyalties to WWE, which is fantastic. That is something I applaud. Yes, and Dolph Ziggler is also a great in-ring talent, but yes, we're not going to image him as WWE Champion considering how he's been booked. He's basically a mid-carder for life at this point. That's basically what Dolph Ziggler is. He's basically a mid-carder for life at this point. So that's my final thoughts on that. Because again, Dolph Ziggler, he did make some good points about the loyalty and the in-ring ethic. I respect Dolph Ziggler for being incredibly loyal with WWE. Because he could have just left at any time. He could have chosen to leave and not come back to WWE, but he chose to stay. So that's all I've got for you guys here on my Smackdown review. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Hit that thumbs up if you guys did enjoy the video. Comment your thoughts down below. And I'll see you all again down the road in the future for more videos. See you guys then, guys.